Helen Brahms here coming to you live from Sun City in Arizona, where it is a fun Friday. Yes, it is that. Put that over there for now. It is that day of the week where we celebrate fun in our lives. What fun activities do you have planned for this weekend? You know, here in the States, it is 4th of July weekend. So what fun activities do you have planned for this weekend? Stay safe, whatever it is. Remember to keep the animals indoors during all the fireworks and everything else. Zephyr doesn't seem to be too bothered by them as long as she's inside. I haven't tried it outside, and I'm not going. I'm not intending to either. But, you know, it's all about fun, and that's what we're here for. So before we get into the fun stuff from this past week, just a quick reminder to like the video, subscribe to the channel, and click the little notification bell so you know when we release new videos, which is usually twice a day, sometimes a little more often than that. It depends on how the day is going and what's happening throughout the day. So, because I may have another one coming up for you today as well, because I got issued with some homework today from my morning training class. So you may get a third one in today. I don't know. But anyway, so fun activity for this past week was to take random pictures while outside walking. And if you've been following my Facebook page, you would see that there have been, I think since Saturday, I've been posting pictures twice a day of different things I see around the RV park. And we're only just in a small area of the RV park because it is a big, large RV park. But there's just a small area which is for pets only. So you can only walk your pets in a certain area. If you've got pets, you have to stay in this certain area. And that's like dogs, cats, that sort of thing. And yes, I do see people out walking their cats with their little harnesses on and their little leashes and everything else. So we get to walk around, and people decorate their sites in different ways, the front of their park houses, their garden areas, all of that. So there's been some really cool stuff that we've taken pictures of, and my favorite one would have to be the silver orb that is sitting above the lime tree, and people are going, oh, is that a UFO? And what was the other one that they had on there? A UFO, and somebody else guessed something else. I'm going to keep that one open for a little bit. Yeah, I'm going to keep that one open for a little bit because it's interesting to see what things that people come up with. But yeah, there's this little silver ball that's poking over the top of a citrus tree. And I know exactly what it is because I purposely walked around the other side of the tree to take a picture of this silver orb. So if you want to go find that picture, I'm trying to think which day it was. I think it was definitely during the week. Let's quickly scroll back through these yummy pictures. There's actually, some people have some very creative ideas and find some really cool decorations for their gardens or on the side of their park models and things like that. So it is always interesting to see what people find that they can use for decorations. So this picture was taken on Sunday morning. So if you want, you can go back to Sunday morning, and this is what the picture was. And we're having people taking guesses as to what the silver object is above the tree. So if you want to check it out and you want to have a guess, go back there, and I may tell you later on exactly what. In fact, I may on one of my walks take a picture from the opposite side so you can see exactly what it is. But yeah, when I saw that, I thought, what if I walk around the other side here? What happens then? So yeah, up and horses. But it's kind of interesting. There is some themes throughout the place. You know, a lot of southwestern themes because we're in the southwest. You've got a lot of the colourful tile things coming through. And every now and again you get the little surprises. Like today, I just posted this morning's one. There's a statue of a little girl who looks like she's crying, and down on the ground next to her is this little puppy dog looking up these beautiful little puppy eyes. You know, a couple of kids standing underneath an umbrella was last night's one, which was perfect because we got rain last night, and we've already had 2 lots of rain this morning. I don't know how many more showers, but we're apparently going into monsoon season here in Arizona. So, and apparently it comes from the west, so I have to keep an eye on my awning because I don't want that to get ruined. But it also happens to be covering my front door, which means that if it's windy in the afternoon and it's raining and we've got to go outside, yeah, Zeffie's going to run back inside like crazy. She hates going out in the rain. If we go out under the awning and it's raining, it's a little easier to get her to go walking, but to get her out of the RV with no awning cover when it's raining, yeah, that's not going to happen. Or she will put up a fight for it. So anyway, so yeah, I had a lot of fun with this challenge. I have my beading kit. I have not had a chance to open it up. I got it on Sunday. It was Sunday I got that. So I haven't had a chance to open that up here. I mean, I've opened up the box and had a look inside. And yes, I found the instructions. There are no words on the instructions. It is all pictures. I'm like, oh, this is really going to be fun. So I knew I needed time for that. So I may have a look at it this weekend. And since it is a long weekend, with 4th of July actually being on Sunday, they're taking the 5th of July as federal government is doing 5th of July for observing of Independence Day. So, yeah. So anyway, and we started the, I don't have them, I've got to keep them out. Stop packing them away. So we also have started last night due to technical difficulties yesterday. In other words, Helen didn't understand the technology very well. Technical difficulties usually means Helen doesn't understand the technology and had to get somebody to help her. I know enough to be dangerous, and I can be dangerous. And if you go back to the days, oh God, this is going back a bit, back to 1990. So, damn, that's 31 years ago. We used to have on the PCs where I was working for a computer company. I was working on the help desk. So you think I would know better, okay? I put in the command to delete a file and accidentally got and it was in DOS, and got the command a little back to front and ended up deleting my entire hard drive. Fortunately, I worked for a computer company. Was able to go downstairs to the guy who specialized in the PCs, and he came up and was able to recover everything for me. He's just like, you're not allowed in DOS anymore. I'm like, okay, fine with me. So yes, I know enough to be dangerous. I can wipe hard drives just like that, just because I get a command back to front. So anyway, so what we're doing in celebration of our 2-year anniversary coming up on the 31st of July is that we are giving away a free copy of Family Tree Decoded, and for everybody who gets a copy of that, you get entered into the drawing for a laser engraved tumbler. You've got the choice of pink or black. Pink with a pair of lips or black. That'll be your options, and it'll be personally laser engraved with your name on it. And so we're kind of excited to be able to do that. And we may have another couple of surprises along the way as well. We've already got some people that have signed up. So if you want to enter the drawing to win the laser engraved tumbler, just go to have2win.com. The link is in the description. And you'll also receive a free copy of Family Tree Decoded, which is a really cool book on it's just a little booklet on some things about answering some basic questions on genealogy. So what fun activity are we going to get up to this week? Well, besides making a bracelet and doing some calligraphy, still have those two things outstanding. We're going to go into the tin. There we go. All right, going into the tin. Diving in, we're shaking it up. Now we're going to mix it up by hand. La, 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 la. And I forgot this. I realized in my Kindle, I was looking at my Kindle this morning for something, and I brought it up on the Mac, and yeah, I brought it up on the Mac, and was looking at it, and I saw this, and I got it to go by title order, and I looked at this thing, and I've got 1,000 writing prompts. When on earth did I get that one? So it must be one of the free ones, because I get a lot of free books. I subscribe to a newsletter called BookBub, BookBub, and you go in and you put in what your preferences are for what type of books that you like, and they send you an email every day that tells you what deals are coming up, and things are for free. They are, a discounted price from the regular prices. They're all in there, and I get a lot of free stuff, and I always go through looking for the free stuff. That's how I've got a majority of the books that I have on my Kindle. And so I brought it up on the computer, and 1,000 creative writing prompts, ideas for blogs, scripts, stories, and more. I thought, when did I get that one? So, so I'm like, oh, maybe I can get some writing done this weekend too, because I do have a couple of ideas in my head that I need to get out. I need to write about them. But this one has, let's see, costume night. Oh, jeepers. It's no fun dressing up by yourself. You could dress Zephy up too. That could take a while though, because I don't have any costumes in the RV In fact, I don't have any costumes. And somewhere in my storage unit, I do have a clown wig. It's rainbow colored. I have a rainbow colored clown wig somewhere in my storage, but I don't know if I can even get it on my head with all this hair. Plus, I don't even know where in the storage it is. We're gonna have to pass on that one for now because I need to think about that one. I have to think about that one. So let's see. So up 2 here, 3. Oh, there's actually 3 there. Go with this one. Fly a kite during monsoon season. That could be fun. We could take Zeffy out for a day at the park, but it's 100 and something degrees outside, and with no relief in sight. Then we have to have wind. You got monsoon season, you got rain. That needs to be a winter one because here in we got a lot of wind when I was here in September and stuff. We got a lot of wind, but not a lot of rain during the winter months. So we'll save that one for that. Okay, let's see what else we got. What else did we have? Oh, here's these 2 again. Spend a day outdoor riding. Not in 106-degree weather. No way. No way is that happening. Because I sit in the car. Complete a 1,000-piece jigsaw. I don't have the space for that.
It's 10 hours.
Really? No, I could. I think I have a folding. Where's that folding table in my unit? I do have a folding table in my unit which would fit a 1,000-piece jigsaw. Just not sure where in the storage unit it is. We've done that one. Jeepers. We've done that one. Come on, so there'll be something in here I can do this week. I don't have a lot of time this week either, so learn to play guitar. That's going to take a lot. Plus I need a guitar, and it's in storage. And we've done that one. Ay, ay, ay. Okay, somewhere in here we've got to have one. Yep, done that one. Read a novel. I do that all day, every day. Actually, I can probably sit down on Sunday and read a novel from start to finish. I'm actually reading a really good book at the moment. It's called WITSEC. And this one here, WITSEC, inside the Federal Witness Protection Program. There's a really good acquaintance that I know, and this is written by her father, who was the founder of WITSEC. So it's a really, really cool read. And very interesting. Jeepers, I've done a lot of these. I've got to find a fabric place. And it's definitely a winter thing to do, but I can do it before winter. I'm actually going to put this on my calendar to do in like 3 months. This one is making no-sew blankets for charity, and these are really cool. You get that polar fleece stuff, and you measure out 2 pieces of fabric the exact same thing, exact same length, cut them up so they're the same size. Then you cut strips through both of them to about a couple of inches long, and then you just go around and tie them. You make them about 1 inch wide, about 2 to 3 inches long, and then you go around and tie them. There's your no-sew blanket done. It's a really easy project to do, really cool project to do. I would get a lot of dog hair around this place, but that's something that I'm definitely going to do in the fall because that's usually when I pull out my crochet and oh no, this is a fun one. This one I would definitely do. I actually got a couple of them sitting here. But yeah, like in the winter time, the summer, and in the fall, in the autumn, and the summer, and the winter, I like to crochet. I crochet chemo blankets and knit preemie hats and give them away. And of course now my stuff is in storage, and all my boxes and boxes and boxes of yarn have arrived. And which means I can go in there, and I know some of them are close to the by the door, because they were the last thing I saw. They were in a clear plastic container, so the door's going down. You can see like 5 containers full of yarn. So I was like, yes, I can get back to knitting and crocheting again, but not for another couple of months. Got to get past the heat first, because when I do the blankets and stuff, of course they're over my lap, so it's a lot of heat. But I can actually do both of these this week. This weekend, one is read a novel. That is something I do all the time. I read every night before I go to bed. I listen to, book 9 of the Grey Man series. It's really good. I should have updates on these, don't I? It's really good. So I'm going to do that. this weekend. And yeah, but there's times I just like to sit down, and I will sit down for a day and just read a book, cover to cover. I will do it on a cross-country flight. Cross-country flights, or whenever I'm flying, it requires, because for some reason I can't read my Kindle when I'm on a plane, it has to be a paperback novel. It has to be a paperback novel. It's usually a suspense, either a David Baldacci book or a James Patterson book. Occasionally I will go off, especially if I've read all the ones that are in the airport books, because I always have to buy one at the airport as well. So there's a routine. We go through security. The next thing we find is the bookstore. Well, first of all, we figure out which direction to go to the gate. Then as we're walking along, we walk all the way down, find where the gate is first. Then we walk back to the bookstores that we saw along the way. We take note of the bookstores as you're walking along, find the gate, check out the gate, double check the boarding time, because I'm always one of those people early to the airport. Then walk back to the bookstore and pick out a paperback novel to read, and it's either usually a David Baldacci or a James Patterson book. And sometimes I also do Brad Meltzer. I do his books as well, because they write just really good books, and I can get engrossed in those so easily. And then my boarding pass is always my bookmark. And I will read a majority. If I don't read the whole, depending on the length of the flight, I can probably finish the whole book. Or flying from LA from the West Coast to the East Coast, I can do a whole book in a flight. That's not a problem for me. Internationally, yeah, I can do it on an international flight. Although internationally, I tend to sleep a lot more and watch more movies. On the domestic flights, I don't watch movies. I tend to not watch movies. I tend to read more, and maybe take a little nap. But yeah, usually I can read. If I don't read the whole book, I've read a majority of the book, and so I just get into my hotel so I can finish this book. But it has to be a paperback. I don't know. I can't read nonfiction on a plane either, because I'm always wanting to get the pens out, get the highlighters out, get the post-its out, take my notes as I go through it. Yes, of course, it's a biography, then I just tend not to do that as much. But I still do take notes on a biography, and I will still underline passages and things. But yeah, it's a lot of fun. I love reading novels. And I haven't actually had a day of novel reading for a while, because I listen to novels when we walk. I read the romances at night because they put me to sleep. Well, they help me go to sleep. They're part of my nightly routine. Can't read action before I go to bed. That's just, that ain't happening. Zeffie likes it when I listen to the action books, because she gets longer walks, because we never, ever, ever stop a book in the middle of an action scene when I'm listening to it. You lose the whole momentum of it. And then you got to wind back to the beginning of the action scene and then start listening again. So yes, Zeffie gets longer walks out of that. But yeah, I think I will sit down this weekend and read a novel. I haven't done that for a while. Yeah, maybe I'll do that on Sunday. I'm sure I've got a novel somewhere in my Kindle that I have to read, because I have thousands. Yeah, you don't want to know how many books. Another one that came up, which is a really fun one, which I love. I used to love doing this as a kid, and that was doodle in color. And you would just sit there with a pencil and just sort of just sit there watching TV or whatever, and you could just do all these different shapes and things. And then I would then go back around and I would do little zigzaggy things around the outside of the shape, and then I would color in all the different pieces on the inside, and you get some interesting mosaic designs that way. So yeah. And I've been itching to get my art set out for a bit too. It's got the colour pencils, the pastels, the chalks. It actually has some paints in there too, only because they came with the art kit and I couldn't find one without paints. It might be acrylics, but I don't have any painting paper anyway. So, who knows? We're going to have a creative weekend this weekend. So what fun things are you going to do this weekend? Don't forget to go and, actually I just have to write this down, read a novel. Okay, what I may do is I might pick out a couple of novels to read on Sunday. No, I'm not going to do that. Okay. And then when I get to go over my storage, I got to call the dog care place today, see if they can take Zeffy on Saturday, at least Saturday, for her to have some playtime, and I can go run some errands. Like go over to my storage unit because I've got some stuff in here that I want to put in the storage unit. And then I can get some other stuff and see where my tables are. And if I've got a table close enough, maybe I can pull it out and do a 1,000-piece jigsaw puzzle. Who knows? But anyway, I'll rabbit it on long enough. Don't forget, if you want to enter our drawing to win a laser engraved tumbler, either a pink one with lips on it or a black one with your name will be engraved onto the tumbler. Or if you have a 26 character saying that you want on there, or I think have a super fantastic sparkling day is too long. Yeah. So so that will be up for. So if you want to enter the drawing to win a laser engraved tumbler, you go to howtowin.com, and you'll also receive a free copy of Family Tree Decoded. So have a super fantastic, sparkling, fun Friday. I would shake my pom-pom, but you also may throw it back over there. And we will catch you guys later this evening.